Hi everyone, it's Kim. I haven't been doing a live for a while, and I just kind of wanted to explain why. Basically, I don't know what the world's coming to in the last few weeks, and as a sort of like a practitioner, somebody who's a professional, I'm usually quite good at distancing myself from sort of like things that happen, you know, to other people, to sort of, although I'm still very empathetic, you know, I don't tend to sort of like to sort of take on their stuff, I guess. I'm usually quite good at sort of distancing myself. But what with everything happening in the last few weeks, you know, what with Manchester and then London Bridge and Borough Market, you know, and then the Grenfell Tower and obviously the mosque and just all of this stuff, and like there's people that's been close to me that's had sort of things, you know, affecting their families, sort of, you know, sort of illnesses and, you know, deaths, and it's just, I just feel like the last few weeks really emotional. I'm really, you know, sort of like teary at anything, and so I just felt that it was really important for me is to just sort of take a step back and just sort of, you know, pause, reflect, and just sort of take care of myself as well. And I think that's what we all need to do every now and then. We need to be aware that actually, you know, we might like to be there for other people. We might like to, you know, put other people's needs above ourselves. But sometimes we need to do what's right for us as well, and that's something that I've been really sort of conscious of, you know, the last few weeks. And I know I've sort of still been posting and things like that, but I have kind of like taken a step back. And the one thing that I had to sort of decided is that, you know, I was thinking, I don't know if you know, I run a anorexia recovery support group in Facebook, and one of the things that I thought about this is that, you know, how can I best help these people, you know, sort of, how can I, you know, sort of like, what can I do in order to help these people? Because there's only so many times that I can sort of say, sort of like, relax and don't feel guilty, and, you know, sort of, and all these things, you know, I can kind of sort of suggest that they might look at things from different angles, but if you're in that mindset, it doesn't necessarily kind of work that well, I guess. And sort of thinking back to sort of like in a time where I was struggling, you know, people could say all sorts of things that would, you know, be common sense, and yes, you know that that's right, and yes, it applies to other people, but it doesn't feel like it applies to you, and, you know, you kind of like end up saying yeah but, or, you know, and to everything that they say, and there's always a reason why it doesn't kind of quite feel right for you. So, you know, I kind of felt that I was sort of saying, you know, similar things over and over again, and there's only so much that I can sort of say, and so I was thinking about how I could best help, and so I decided that sort of like as of the 4th of July, I'm going to close down that group, or rather I'm going to give the opportunity for somebody else to become the admin of it. Because I have started a new group, and that's just primarily about doing, you know, some tapping. It's going to be about doing EFT, teaching EFT, using EFT to help people with eating disorders. And, you know, and I've invited people to kind of come join me on in that new group. And if you're interested, I'll put the link below. And you can request to become part of that group. It's very sort of similar setup, kind of like to this one, but, you know, if anybody has any sort of particular struggles, then, you know, I can teach the EFT within the group, and also I'll be doing regular sort of tapping with people that can kind of message me, email me, whatever, post a comment saying what the struggle is, and I will look to help by doing the tapping. because that's the best way that I know of really helping, really making a difference. Yes, I can say these things, but they don't really kind of have that same effect, and that's what I want. I want to be able to use my skills and my, you know, what I've learned. I want to use it in the best way that I can, and this is what I truly believe in. And admittedly, it's not for everybody, so there's obviously no pressure there, and you know, and it might be a lot smaller group, and that's absolutely fine. But I want to be able to use my time in the most efficient, effective, or whatever you call it, best way possible. And so that's what I've decided to do. So the new group is called EFT Tapping, helping you with your eating disorder. And as I said, I will put a comment in the bottom there after this video, and if you are interested in, even if you just want to come and check it out and see what it's like, and then you decide it's not right for you, and then you can leave at any time. But just wanted to make that aware of what's happening, what's sort of like what I'm doing, and to apologise for not being around too much. But hopefully now I've kind of taken that step back, and sort of I'm trying to be stronger myself, and so I'm there then to help you. But it's just sort of like a lesson for us all that sometimes we just need to do that. We need to take that step back, to pause and reflect, and then move forward again. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, particularly if there's any mental health issue and stuff. This is a priority in sorting it out, that is your priority, just as much as everybody else is very important to you, but you need to be important too, because how can you be there for everybody else if you're struggling? So I just wanted to share that with you, and okay, I will see you again very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye.